Volume 1, Chapter 1, Hadith 367 is in Chapter 9 of Book 8 before you. Narrated Abdul Aziz. Anas said, when Allah's apostle invaded Khaybar, we offered the Fajr, dawn prayer, there early in the morning when it was still dark. Because the dawn prayer said before sunrise. The Prophet rode, and Abu Talha rode too, and I was riding behind Abu Talha. The Prophet passed through the lane of Khaybar quickly, and my knee was touching the thigh of the Prophet. He uncovered his thigh, and I saw the whiteness of the thigh of the Prophet. When he entered the town, he said, Allahu Akbar. God is greater than, fill in the blank. Khaybar is ruined. Whenever we approached near a hostile nation to fight, then evil will be the mourning of those who have been warned. He repeated this thrice. The people came out for their jobs, and some of them said, Muhammad has come. Some of our companions added with his army. We conquered Khaybar, took the captives, and the booty was collected. Dihya came and said, O Allah's Prophet, give me a slave girl from the captives. The Prophet said, go and take any slave girl. He took Safiya bint Huyal. A man came to the Prophet and said, O Allah's Apostle, you gave Safiya bint Huyal to Dihya, and she is the chief mistress of the tribes of Qurayza and An-Nadr, and she befits none but you. So the Prophet said, bring him along with her. So Dihya came with her, and when the Prophet saw her, he said to Dihya, take any slave girl other than her from the captives. Anas added, the Prophet then manumitted her and married her. And marriage requires consent, so you can't force the slaves. Thabit asked Anas, O Abu Hamza, what did the Prophet pay her as mahr? He said, herself was her mahr, for he manumitted her and then married her. Anas added, while on the way, Sulaim dressed her for the marriage ceremony, and at night she sent her as a bride to the Prophet. So the Prophet was a bridegroom, and he said, whoever has anything, food, should bring it. He spread out a leather sheet for the food, and some brought dates, and others cooking butter. I think he, Anas, mentioned a sawiq, so they prepared a dish of ha'is, a kind of meal, and that was walima, the marriage banquet of Allah's apostle. Now there are some things that should be noted, just like conduct. This was not a battle over religious differences. How they reacted to those who called out, because they were warning the other people, so they were responsible for the war, even though they could have been non-combatants otherwise. And they came out with pitchforks and stuff that they could use as weapons. But, they started it. All the battles that Muhammad ordered or took part in were ones that the other people started.